If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. With that being said, hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. My name is Matthew, and today we're back. Yes, we are here reviewing all of the Godzilla Kong, the New Empire, Playmates Toys, Wave 1 figures. Now, I have reviewed the full set originally, so I thought, but it wasn't with the battle set exclusives. However, we're going to be doing things a little different. We're going to kind of be mashing up the order. As you can see, there's a lot of, well, multiples. A lot of multiples of each one. We have some classic, more, well, not classic Godzilla, but the one you guys know from 2019, 2021, 2023 with Legacy of Monsters and Pre-Evolved 24. And then we have some Evolveds, Kong with Beast Gloves, Skar Kings, and some Shimos with Titanus, T.O.G, Suko, and The Rock. That Rock solos the entirety of the MCU, by the way. Anyway, we're going to be pretty much going through all of these guys individually, all together. So, with that being said, let's get ready for this. Oh boy, one heck of a marathon, but we're doing it. First up, we're going to start with the big bulky guy here, which is going to be the Titan Evolution Godzilla. And yeah, I know, this thing has kind of a bad rep on the channel. So bad it's good. But we're actually going to just go right to posability, which basically main figure inside. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later. But basically, it has a hinge at the jaw. However, it doesn't really translate well to the rubbery piece. And there's really nothing else. But we do have some swivel hinge shoulders, where you can go upwards about that far. Yeah, but upwards about that far, downwards about that far. Can rotate and can actually kind of hold its pose with the rubber, which I'm kind of surprised about. The legs can kick up about that far before they start pressing back, forward about that far, start backwards about that far, and can swivel as well. And there's no articulation in the tail because the ball socket is not connected. But let's just talk about the rubber skin. This is essentially a Godzilla skin just drained of all of its life. We have pupilless blue eyes that are actually done decently well. This is actually better application than I've seen on most of the Playmates GVK Godzillas. And we have like a purple, pink tongue in there. And we do have some nice kind of like detailing here at the head and kind of going down to the neck, where we do get some more like the gills. And then kind of coming down here, we get more like the ridges, more like the intricate little bumps and grooves and whatnot. Kind of coming down like little tiny grooves. Here at the arms, which are actually thick as heck. Like, look at those clubs. No wonder why Mechagodzilla wasn't in this film. He would have caught those hands quickly. They're done pretty decently, but again, for what the gimmick is supposed to be. This very flabby chest somehow still manages to keep its detail. You'd think they'd keep it blank, but no. There's really nothing like in the way of paint, by the way. It's mainly just the dorsal plates, which might as well talk about the dorsal plates. They don't really look like the KOTM fins, I'm gonna admit. I mean, of course, it'd be impossible to make it look exactly like the KOTM fins and then fit like the New Empire fins into it. That's just not how it goes. But we do have like a kind of a cool like blue stripe of spray there, other side, here and there. It almost kind of looks like crystals. You know what actually that kind of looks like? I'm just now realizing that, like, the sculpt almost looks kind of like Shimo's. Very interesting. Just kind of thought that was worth pointing out. But yeah, that's kind of like what it kind of looks more like the 2014 spikes if they were like letting them continue to grow. But anyways, back to the detail. Here we get some more like the nice ridges here on the legs, especially going down to the lower leg, where we get more like the bumps and grooves. Nice individually sculpted feet. And have like the nice rubbery tail here with only the single row of fins, which I kind of understand why, but it actually does go down to the tip of the tail, which I do appreciate. You do get some holes for like elasticizing it and such, just like how NECA puts their bendy wires and such, although I think that's kind of like with every finger company. And again, the segmenting's done pretty well. Again, the detail's actually pretty well done for it being on like a rubbery sack. But How to get it off has never been easier. I can't believe I'm about to do this, but it's for the sake of the review. So, I'm actually just going to do this live on camera because I don't think I've actually ever done that before. So, this is your first time actually seeing it on this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, shoot. This one's got warped. Yeah, gonna have to blow that with a hairdryer. Maybe I should just start keeping the rubber sacks separate from everything. At least two of all the Godzillas on the same shelf wouldn't look that bad. Tug a little bit. And pull out that snake of a tail. Oh, boy. I have a reverse Godzilla skin. I'll be right back. So here he is without being an inverted anus, but we do have a little string to kind of like attach into the socket of the tail, which is easier said than done sometimes, but we just paint it like this, and boom. Make sure you unwarp the spines too, and you're basically done. Now you got like a two-way Godzilla going. Pretty cool in my opinion. But on the flip side here, quite literally, we have the main Godzilla evolved here. Well, not the main one, because we'll talk about the literal main one. But for the sculpt, it's actually pretty well, actually. I almost kind of prefer this one to the, what is it, the one with the heat ray, but we'll talk about that in just a sec. So, casted in a more green teal-like plastic. This one has a lot more of the better detail. I mean, of course, it's to be expected. It's not made out of the same rubber that the other one's made of. Eye paint's actually pretty It's kind of big, bulgy, looks down. It's alright. Green eyes, black pupils, does the job. Nice paint apps for the teeth. Not too shabby. I mean, they could be a little bit better. But I mean, then again, it's like a $20, $15, $20 figure. We do have like a kind of like a pink tongue in there. Nothing on the inside of the mouth. Just to show you guys the other side. Head-on shot. Moving on. We do have an olive kind of like green spray going on down to from the neck to the chest onto the shoulders, which we'll talk about in just a sec, as well as the legs. And also down to the tip of the tail, which I do really appreciate, which, yeah, I don't think the original one had it. Yeah, it didn't have it. So, going down to the, well, actually, we'll talk about the spikes here, which are painted red and a pretty nice red as well, along with the translucent fins, which are just, mwah, chef's kiss beauty. Like, look at this. This is beautiful. Like, I love these fins, though mine did get a little niffed inside that other Godzilla, but hey, that's what I get for buying this thing. They're very shiny and very translucent. I mean, again, you kind of see my hand kind of go through it, and then you don't. Thick red kind of looks like Twizzler, and then the spines here. Only a single row, again, with the Thagomizer, very weak, pathetic looking Thagomizer. At the end, all painted red. Kind of wish the Thagomizer was a bit better, but then again, it was meant to be so it could fit inside the box. So the figure, it's not really a box. But the arms, they have like a kind of a more neutral stance as opposed to the more unique, evolved one. So we do have a bit more of like a T-pose Godzilla going on here. So which is nice. So you got like again kind of the olive green, and then we have like the nails really shining through, and they do look really nice. The legs here, again got that olive green spray, but we do have a nice texture going down to the body. I don't really like how soft this one is, but at least it does it better than the other one does. But again, like the harder details here really like help elevate it. And the claw paint actually looked pretty nice here on the feet. My only real problem is like mainly the posture, how hunched he is. Again, I understand it's for the fit inside the packaging, but it just doesn't look all that natural to me. It almost looks like Godzilla's about to take a dump. Like, you see how hunched he is for being a much more agile Godzilla? I don't think he'd be hunched like this. But again, the tail is actually pretty solid. We do have some nice kind of segmenting detail here. And I do like the color contrast between the olive green and the kind of like bright red here. And we do have a lot of nice wavy patterns here, which yeah, that's kind of like basically it for this Godzilla Evolved. Just to kind of repeat lips here, just without that big rubber sack. We have a hinged jaw, which actually works on this one. No articulation in the head, even though there is a seam line. All you're just gonna get is like this, and you're gonna hear snapping. Yeah, that's the sound of the plastic splitting, so do not do that. Swivel hinges for the shoulders. We're going to go up about that far, down about that far. Kind of rotate. Kind of coming back down here. Up. Oh, wait. I think I missed that. Okay. Up, down, side, side. And then we can go back, back, forward like that with the legs. Swivel with the feet, and a ball joint here at the tail, which we can go left, right, up, and down. And we can swivel. So just keep in mind, especially with the string, it could be a bit limited. But overall, this and the rubber sack, I can see why this thing has definitely had an interesting reputation to make. Because, like, again, I love this. I love these figures. It's a 2-in-1 by technicality, but again, it's goofy beyond heck.